Hello there, my Patriot friends. This is Texas RN. This is my the first of my of the series. I'm going to call "Embracing America Without Hyphens," and this is dealing with the 14th Amendment. Now, I hope this doesn't cut off again, but I'm going to go ahead and just get through this because it cut off at 1 minute 3 seconds earlier. Anyway, this certainly is apropos to the rapper 21 Savage guy, rapper who was born in the UK, stated he was from from our country, from the USA, and he was here illegally. Well, anyway, he was I think he was arrested, do some traffic stop or something, and now I guess faces deportation. And I think the law should apply as they apply to everyone else. But I really do think that this is being used as kind of a racist ploy by the Democrat, socialist, fascist, racist, globalist, separatist party, statist party to trigger lots of people. Okay, so now I'm back. Let me go ahead and read it. This is the 14th Amendment. It was ratified in 1868, so it had its 150th anniversary back in 2018. I think the month was June. But anyway, here it reads as follows: all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny any person within its jurisdiction the equal protections of the laws. I know I went through that. I tend to speak fast. I'm sorry. So let's go back to the part where it says jurisdiction thereof. That means you have political allegiance to the United States. This is your country. So if you have political allegiance to, our closest bordering country is Mexico, then you have political allegiance there. So the anchor baby issue is actually illegal. So birthright citizenship, which President Trump wants to end, is illegal. It's unconstitutional. And the Democrats and rhinos, anyone for this mass immigration and illegal immigration, has been basically, again, here we go with the subverting and supplanting of the United States and people who are legally here. So for the descendants, so this basically was for the descendants of slaves, former slaves freed after the Civil War. Okay. This didn't even at first include the Indians because they had, I guess they were national citizens of their tribes, but then that was overturned too. So anyway, this was kind of the throwing of the bone or the passing. They say the olive branch. I think it's the whole olive tree. And what I want is for us is called embracing patriotism, embracing America. Stop seeing race. President Trump threw this down. It was the October surprise because I follow Q, and within that movement they discussed the October surprise, and that was the surprise. We've had invasions, and supposedly, there's another one coming. I don't watch the news much. I just get everything I have from YouTube. I just want us to embrace patriotism and don't be triggered by this, because what I'm starting to see is this whole road to 2020 is going to be filled with racist everything, racist, sexist, sexuality, orientation, everything. And what they won't be really good at doing is going to be, they want everyone to look at this and say, well, they're triggering the black male, because they're kicking a black male out. So black people are going to look at this and think, especially the asleep ones, Trump is kicking black men and black women out of the United States. Look, we're citizens. Embrace this country. Stop allowing this party, this agenda to other us. This has been too long, too long. And now more and more people are waking up. So read between the lines and see what's really happening here, because it's all just a ploy. And what I'd also like to say is, and I wrote this down, I want to thank all the patriotic Americans, dead and gone, past and present, our soldiers, people who risk life and limb for us, for our safety, and their families, and who had to endure a world of asleep Americans, while the asleep and the anti-American left were vicious, vile, vacuous, vitriolic. And it's just, I want to thank you all for being patient, because finally it's kind of like a lot of us have caught up. So when we stop seeing race and we start to see each other as we're all on this same big boat, let's call it a boat. And since I've embraced being an American, and it took me till 2016 to do it, and it wasn't because I didn't love America. I was just apolitical. I think I've said that before, but I have such a pride in this country that now I want to protect it. And so I tend not to be very flexible. I'm not in the mid ground and gray areas. I tend to be very black or white with this now, because it is what it is. So when I want to thank the people who are, the kind of people who consider themselves Democrats, who are really in the middle and on the fence. The fact that you are even looking and questioning means that something's wrong. This has not come down to Republican and Democrat anymore. There's no more Democrat Party. Please know that. And they were the party of slavery, KKK, Jim Crow, racism. And this is why when they consider themselves statists, going back to the 14th Amendment, this is why it states, no state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States. This is why, the Nazis were statists. Richard Spencer talked about being a statist when Dinesh D'Souza was questioning him about it. That means that if the states say that, as Joe Biden, Creepy Joe says, they're going to have y'all back in chains. If the state says one thing, the Democrats want to obliterate and just decimate and destroy the United States Constitution. This is why they want to do that, so that all these states can just say and have any laws that they can, and you are under the laws of that state. So the Constitution is the overarching, it's a protection. Be happy about that. Be proud of it. It is what it is. I know there was slavery. Slavery was what it was, and it was legal, and black people sold you here. I'm black, but I speak kind of in another person sometimes, because I don't say myself. They sold us here, whatever. I'm glad to be here. This is my country. And for the first time, I'm so happy, and embracing conservative values is our protection. Please, whenever you see, don't be triggered. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Just don't be triggered by the Trump is racist, because that's getting old. But again, there's still lots of people who are still want you ruled and controlled by racism. Again, and I think I said this before, some of us have been just a feeder source for an agenda, for a party, and people made agreements and talk about collusion. People who are, quote, our leaders, completely colluded, made deals to continue to subvert and supplant a race of people, because that race of people has still not realized that we are American. We're Americans. This is my country. This is yours. Stop seeing race. Your protection will be in wrapping yourself up in the flag and pledging allegiance. This is our country. So anyway, I think that's all I have to say. And I'll probably put out another video. And I hope I didn't say too many ums. I hope there weren't too many dead spaces. I hope I wasn't completely on a flight of ideas rant. But anyway, thank you. And I dedicate this to all my friends and family, even though I've never met you, of the Axe Truth. And so I want to dedicate and pay homage to that channel because it gave me the bravery. Thank you, Axe, and everybody, who commented. Anyway, thank you. I said, alrighty, bye.